What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. This is a reply, or not a little follow-up, or I don't know what you call it. Maybe just an interaction with Juggernaut Fitness, Jason Blaha. I just got back from Cancun, being gone for a week, and I saw his video that says, let me read it. It says, no old school bodybuilder would have tried to get big without gaining strength. So, it's a new video he just put up. I watched it, and first of all, I didn't know that the new trend was to not get stronger. How they want to look strong, but not be strong. So here's part of what I'm seeing. A lot of these guys who like to do the aesthetic look, don't look strong. Okay, so that statement, I want to look strong, but not be strong. Like, if you want to look strong, you got to be thick. And a lot of these aesthetic guys are not thick. That thickness thing that used to be around years ago when me and Jason started is all but gone now. Everybody wants to be aesthetic, and when you turn to the side with the aesthetic look, these guys disappear. Okay, now the look that's comes from the strength training, which gives that thicker look. When you turn to the side, you have some freaking pecs. You are thick front to back, not this little caved in chest and hunched over look that a lot of the guys have nowadays. And I think that Jason's 100% right. Back in the day, I didn't do powerlifting. I'm not a powerlifter. Never was a powerlifter. We didn't really have. We had Joe. We had Joe Reeves, was probably the best. Well, him and Anthony DeRezzo. So there was a few around. They were pretty good. They were super heavyweights, really big guys, really big weights they were lifting. But most of us were either piddling around with weights or competitive bodybuilders in the area. But we all did, squats and bench presses in 1-rep maxes. And I wasn't so directly to try to get bigger, I think. I never said I did a 1-rep max because I thought it would make me bigger. I did the 1-rep max to measure my strength against the other guys in the gym. We all kind of competed against each other. Like the first time that, I benched 315, of course, my former training partner, Donnie, then he wanted to bench 315. So, that was kind of his thing. He was trying to do it. And then, once I hit 315, I was like, wow, that's 3 plates. Let me see if we can hit, 315, 25, 335 with just a 10 on each side. So it was more like making goals that you wanted to see if you could beat your previous best, which is kind of like recreational powerlifting, because you're not competing in the sport aspect of it. You're kind of competing against yourself. But for the most part, we were training in that anywhere from 6 to 12 rep range regularly, and then every once in a while you do your 6 to 12, and you do your 3 sets of 6 to 12, and all of a sudden you're noticing, hey, the weight is going up in that 6 to 12 range, so I'm getting stronger in that range, which is making me bigger. But I feel really good today. Let's see how strong I am compared to a month ago. And all of a sudden that 3 to 6 sets of bench that was going to be your first exercise turns into an hour-long bench session, increasing the weight up slowly until you get to your 1-rep max when your buddies are around, and then either you get a PR or you don't, or whatever the deal is. But the bottom line was, it was like one of those things that you kind of felt. Like, oh, I feel strong today, and then by this rep range, I'm looking strong today, so let me see what I got. And you indirectly would wind up doing some powerlifting because you wanted to see where your strength was at. Everything was measured strength-wise by your 1-rep max. That was just kind of the mentality that it was. And I'll tell you what, back then, it wasn't like everybody and their brother wanted to be a bodybuilder. It wasn't like everybody and their brother wanted to be a powerlifter. Back then, it was, people looked at us like we were nuts. Guys would come in and do their benches with 135, and that was their beach workout. But we were in the gym training hard, and you had to have a little bit of crazy with a little bit of balls attached to it, and a little bit of, insanity, I guess, to be able to start doing the things like getting under a 450, 500-pound bench press, getting under a 600-pound squat. You can't be normal in the head to do that. But nowadays, with all this whole aesthetic movement and, these men's physique contests, which half the guys don't look like they should be on a fucking stage. Half the guys are not even ready for a beach, let alone a stage. These guys don't have that mentality. They don't have that mental fortitude. They don't have that ability to push themselves and get under a heavy weight. So they go, I don't want to be strong. I just want to look like I'm strong. Well, the guys you guys are looking up to, and here's the bitch about it. I say, okay, well, who do you idolize? Who do you look up to? Matt Ogus, Lavardo, Nunez, Alberto Nunez, Jeff Syed, whatever his name is, Z's. These are the people they look up to. Have you ever noticed how fucking strong those guys are? I've seen videos of those guys fucking deadlifting and benching quite amount of weight for their fucking size. They're strong. They look strong because they're strong. Okay? And their physiques look the way they do. Whether they do or don't take drugs doesn't fucking matter. The reason their physiques look the way they do is because they put the time and effort in the gym and bust their fucking asses under heavy weights and get strong. And that's why they look like that. So, if they're thinking is, well, I could just go and lift a little weights and I'm going to look good, you can look good for the beach. But that aesthetic as fuck look that you're looking for, those guys you're looking up to, pay more attention to how they're training. They're training hard. They're training heavy. They're training year round. They're not putzing around 3 months before the beach time comes. They're in the gym busting their ass. So take a step back and think about it, because you're not going to accomplish that goal if you want to look strong but not be strong. To look strong, you got to be strong. To look powerful, you got to be powerful. To look aesthetic as fuck, you got to train to look aesthetic as fuck. Not just go putz around and get ready for the beach. bioctraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. That was a good video, Jason. www.bioctraining.com is the blog, and where the one rep max built this bicep, and we're out.